Hello viewers at home, welcome to Global Culture. This week we have a special edition that we are hosting actually to support the Global Diaspora Forum. And this is one of the big events coming up in Washington, D.C., actually organized by the State Department and at the same time USAID and some other partners. So I'm welcoming a gentleman right here today who is from the United States Agency for International Development, one of the partners hosting this. Welcome. His name is Romi Bhatia. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Pleasure to be here.
Welcome, welcome. And he's going to be talking to you about, what is about this event and some other goals and objectives and why you need to be there on the 25th and 26th of July. So let me ask you, which agency do you work with and what is your position?
Sure. I work for the United States Agency for International Development.
Okay.
And I am the senior advisor on diaspora partnerships in what we described as our Global Partnerships Division.
Okay.
So we're the office that does public-private partnerships.
Okay.
And diaspora communities are one of those partners that we want to work with.
Oh, wonderful. Okay. And of course, when you say the diaspora partnership, can you tell our viewers at home, for those who are watching, and say, what is diaspora?
Such a good question.
Yes, yes.
The diaspora is, it's a term for, it's subject to interpretation, but for us, diaspora is really a term of self-identification.
Okay.
It's the affinity, it's the identification that someone has to their country of origin or heritage.
Right.
So for USAID and our colleagues at the State Department, we want to work with those communities that have an interest in those countries that they came from.
Okay.
And it could be first, second, or third generation.
Absolutely.
We don't put a definition on who is part of the diaspora,
Okay.
but we care about what they're doing in those countries that are of importance to us.
Oh, that's wonderful. Okay, great. And of course, for the event that is coming up, the Global Diaspora Forum,
Yes.
and this is the second edition.
That's
Can
right.
you tell us more about that?
Yeah, I'll be pleased to. The Global Diaspora Forum is, we describe it as a celebration of America's diaspora communities.
Okay.
American is a nation that has really, it's rooted in immigration.
Right.
And immigrants have done so much for this country. And whether, again, first or second or third generation, we wanted to convene a forum that could celebrate the work and the impact that these communities are having both here, locally in the U.S.,
Right.
in their local communities, as well as in their countries of origin.
Right.
So last year, the inaugural Global Diaspora Forum happened with the Secretary
Okay.
hosting it.
Okay.
Secretary Clinton and President Clinton have had a tremendous involvement with specifically the American Irish community
Okay.
in helping to bring about the peace process in Ireland.
Right.
And so it's an issue very dear to our heart and an important issue for us at USAID as well,
Right.
is to work in a more proactive way with diaspora communities. So the Global Diaspora Forum last year was a 3-day event.
Okay.
This year it's a 2-day forum here in Washington, D.C.,
Right.
bringing together a range of stakeholders. We have diaspora organizations,
Right.
U.S. government, private sector, academic experts. We want them to convene to exchange ideas and to figure out ways that we can partner together.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, and you mentioned something like a catalyst to development, and we at Global Culture, as a matter of fact, in this segment of Diaspora Dialogue has been on to continue this exchange of ideas and, of course, the implementation of the ideas.
Right.
So in terms of the delivery, so this is Diaspora Dialogue Forum number 2.
That's right.
Is there anything that you pick up from the first edition and now that is kind of a way to be able to build upon in the next one?
Absolutely. The inaugural Diaspora Forum last year in May showed us quite a lot that the diaspora communities are very interested in partnering with the U.S. government.
Right.
They want to know about what we're doing in their countries
Right.
of origin or heritage. They want to know about our development and diplomatic efforts there. But beyond that, beyond just sharing that information, they want to partner
Right.
because they feel there are a lot of issues that are that we are closely aligned with.
Okay.
So one of the things that we really learned from last year's Global Diaspora Forum is that these communities want to partner with us, and we need to figure out ways to do that and to make that easier.
Right, right.
And so what we've focused on for this year's forum, the theme of the forum is moving forward by giving back.
Right, okay,
So what we're looking at is diaspora philanthropy,
Okay.
volunteerism, and social innovations.
Right.
Different ways that diaspora communities, I think everyone knows about remittances and everyone knows about the money that flows back to support family members back home.
Right.
But the diasporas are doing a lot more than that, and we wanted to highlight that. And that's what we're going to do at this year's forum by looking at how they're giving their talent, their time, their expertise to volunteer, to do philanthropic work.
Wow.
And how can we combine our efforts to scale it, to do more.
To do more, right. And that's talking about the engagements in the area of, policy and programs. And I would be more interested because I'm a diaspora myself. Originally, I'm from Nigeria. And, of course, we've been, bringing folks from different parts of, the diaspora organization. Now, in terms of these engagements, what is the benchmark in engaging organizations?
For us, as I was mentioning in my previous point, if you're a diaspora organization, we want to know who you are and what you do in terms of diplomacy and development in your countries of origin or heritage. And we are open to working with any and all organizations. So the benchmark for us is your level of activity. What are you doing as they can support America's foreign policy and development interests abroad? Because you are, in fact, part of the society here in America, but you also have roots and ties, financial, familial ties back home that are very important. And so for us, it's quite open in who we work with. And what we've decided to do to make it much more easier is that the Secretary last year's forum announced the International Diaspora Engagement Alliance, for short, IDEA. And IDEA is a platform, a public-private partnership platform that allows diaspora organizations wherever they are. And diasporas are quite dispersed. So whether you're an organization you're watching here locally with your audience here, or an organization in, let's say, Wisconsin or Washington State, any of these organizations can become part of this platform to get access to information, to learn how to do partnerships, to see the themes of what IDEA is about. So it's very open to a membership of any diaspora organizations that are willing and interested.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, so obviously there's a structure in place for engagement. Okay,
that's
wonderful.
right.
So for that, we are here, of course, because of the specifically the forum itself. So can you tell more to our viewers at home who are watching and say, okay, what do I need to really get away, especially for those who are, I know registration is closed right now, but just to let you know, you can watch this online, live on the day, which is July the 25th and July the 26th. So tell more of our viewers at home. Tell them something they need to come on.
Sure, I'd be happy to. So it is around the corner. The second Global Diaspora Forum is taking place next Wednesday and Thursday, July 25th and 26th, with the first day at the State Department and the second day at USAID. And we are, because of the tremendous interest we've gotten, we have closed the registration, but we also want to invite all the diaspora communities that are interested in tuning in to do so through the live streaming that we'll provide through the IDEA platform. So there's going to be a lot of exchange. There'll be a lot of blogging. Social media will be very active. We also decided to do something this year that we haven't in the past, and that is something called Diasporas At. And we reached out to some diaspora organizations in other cities to see if they would like to host an event coordinated with the Global Diaspora Forum. So in fact, a prominent diaspora member from the Horn of Africa, which we did an event for at the White House, she's going to be hosting an event at the University of Minnesota, a day-long conference on themes similar to what we are going to be focused on for the forum. And we will be live streaming to their audience and vice versa.
Oh, wow, that's wonderful.
We're also doing looking into possible events in Chicago and in Boston. So Diasporas At is a way for us to make sure that we are reaching out as broad as possible, and that it's not just specific to DC.
DC, absolutely.
But as this is, again, a very important issue for the Secretary as well as Administrator Shaw, we wanted to convene it in Washington, D.C. again to give it the push and the support that we've been getting from the private sector as well.
Wow. Oh, viewers at home, we're really out of time. I wish we can take you more and more. But essentially, the website, talking about the link to streamline this, is going to be on our credit list and some other information about the program and some other contact on how you can be engaged and go from there. I'm going to sign off for now. My name is Akinwale Ojomo. This is actually done in support of the Global Diaspora Forum because we are a good partner because of our engagement in this. Thank you so much, Ma.
Thank you so much for having me on the show.
I appreciate you coming and looking forward to a good event. And viewers at home, we're going to bring some couple of clips from this event. And we'll see you. Keep on watching Global Culture.
I'm Romi Bhatia of USAID, and you're watching Global Culture.